Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working together step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually working through your paper on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And now we're going to go on ahead and have a look at the paper B of the 2017 Grade 2 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 7, we'll have a look at this. I do recommend that you have a go of this yourself first of all. Doesn't matter if you go wrong. Always write in pencil. I've got a mechanical pencil just so it stays sharp. You need a sharp pencil even on exam day, and you will also need a ruler and an eraser. There we go. So it doesn't matter if you go wrong. You can always just rub it out and have another go. It's just better to learn by your mistakes. So let's have a look at question 1. I'm hoping you've had a peep at this, and now we'll have a look through this together. So we're asked to add the missing bar lines to these two melodies. The first bar line is given in each, so we just need to be careful there are two separate time signatures for two separate melodies, so don't presume it's a continuation. So we're looking at 3/4, 3 crotchet beats per bar, 3 quarter notes, so whatever adds up to that. So we've got 3/4 of a beat and a quarter of a beat, that gives us 1. There's another one, and then a half and a half gives us 1. So we can see we're adding up to 3 each bar. So we've got 3/4 and a quarter. That gives us 1. There's 1, and there's 1 beat silence. Don't forget, rests still take up the time in a bar. So there we go. Then we've got 2 halves make 1, 4 quarters make a beat, 4 quarters make a whole 1 beat. So 1, 2, 3. There we go, that needs a bar line. We've got 2 beats there, plus a 1 beat rest. 2 plus 1 is 3. There's our rest there. And then remember, although that looks like it's technically too big, that's a 4 beat rest in a 3 beat bar. But if you remember, a semi-brief rest or a whole note rest just means a total bar silence. That's just kind of a quick shortcut way of a total bar silence. Let's look at the next one. Now our unit value has changed. We're now counting in minim beats or half notes. We've got to count 4 half notes or 4 minims per bar. And so if we look here, we've got 1 beat here, one of our unit beats here. There's 1 minim or half note. There's 1. There's 1 and a half. And then this is worth half of a minim or half of a half note. So there's half a beat there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and a half, 4. So we need to add up to 4 minims per bar or 4 half notes. So a crotchet and a crotchet make a minim. There's 1. So 2 quarters make a half note. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our bar line. Now these 4 quavers or 4 eighth notes make a minim, so there's 1, there's 1, those 2 make 1, there's another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that's our bar line. And then that whole note divides into 2 half notes, 2 minims in a semi-breve, 2 minims in a semi-breve again there, 1, 2, 3, 4, that last bar's complete, so we know we're correct. So that's that completed. Let's go on to the next question. We need to rewrite the following notes, the following melody in notes of half the value. beginning as shown. So we're going to have to beam notes differently as the time signature's changed. Now the top number never changes, but in order to halve the value, instead of having 3 minims or 3 half notes, half of that would be 3 crotchets. And so helpfully they've given us that time signature and they've shown us there, they've done the thinking for us. Now we've just got to literally halve everything. So a minim or a half note becomes a crotchet or a quarter note. So we have this now, a quarter note or a crotchet becomes a quaver or an eighth note, which will be joined to this now, which will become a semi-quaver. We have to add an extra beam on. So we need to decide, put the dot in as well. We're going to need to, before we can put the beam and the semi-quaver or the 16th note little line on after the beam, we've got to decide which way the stems go. Now the middle line is the deciding line. This one is below, this one is above, so it could go either way. And so I'm just going to keep the stems down just so it's the same as these others, but it could go the other way. And there, that now makes sense of the timing. So again, we'll need to add another beam here to make these into semi-quavers, and this will also become a quaver, and 2/4 and a half of a beat here makes a beat, and so they will all have to be beamed together. So we can have 2 semi-quavers and a quaver. Just rub that little bit of scribble out. So that can go either way. These need to have the stems going up because they're below the middle line. So that will be that. So these two need another beam, and that's now become a quaver or an eighth note. So now we just need to colour this in to halve it. So that's now a dotted crotchet instead of a dotted minim. And then this one we'll need to make into a quaver or an eighth note to halve it. That's that. So these can now have an extra beam to make them into semi-quavers or 16th notes. Stems again the same way, they're already beamed. We just need to add another beam to do the job of halving the notes, and then that is a whole note, so we stick a stem on it and that becomes a half note or a minim, and that now is correct to this new time signature. So these two extracts will sound exactly the same, we just now change the unit in which we count them. Let's press on to the next question. Again, just have a crack at this on your own first of all, and then just re-access into the video to check it through. So we'll work through this together now. We are asked to rewrite this melody using the key signature of D major, there's a clue. And then we need to leave out all unnecessary accidentals that are now taken care of by the key signature. But remember to put in any that are needed, so there are going to be some extras that the key signature won't accommodate. So we need to add those in as accidental. So D major has a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. Just be careful how you place those. So first of all, I'm just going to go on and copy all the blobs. So I'm not doing any thinking at all really at the moment. Keeping everything aligned. I'm not doing any of the thinking yet. And then I think I'm just going to get these stems in. Again, no thinking required, I'm just copying what they've done. And then that means that all the nuts and bolts are in place, ready for when we do the thinking. So then, we've got a key signature of an F sharp and a C sharp, so we don't need that F sharp, that's why it's not there. However, this is a G sharp, which is not part of the key signature, so we still need that. The C sharp is in the key signature, so we don't need that. But we do need this natural sign, which is going to cancel the G sharp. We don't need the F sharp because it's in the key signature, and we don't need the C sharp because that's in the key signature, and so that's now complete. We'll look at the next question in the next video. I do hope that you're finding this helpful. If you can give me a like, that'd be really encouraging to me. That'd be fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please do visit sharonbale.com and make use of all of the resource that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.